Hi, my name is Taylor Joyner, and my paper was on the equipment for living in the movie Because of Winn-Dixie. My thesis was the movie Because of Winn-Dixie is a phenomenal example of equipment for living in relation to compassion and forgiveness. In my literature review, I found that Burke's equipment for living can be found in various movies and television shows and can clearly help the viewer identify with communicators in today's society in order to take what is learned on television and use it in real life situations, whether it be valuable or invaluable. In films such as The Inconvenient Truth, they show great examples of identifying with popular films and how audiences can create their own viewpoints from popular viewpoints of others. I also read articles based on the show The Apprentice, where identifying with success stories within the series suggests productive strategies for success, and viewers are able to identify with the advice and put it into work in their own lives. Also, in my literature review, I studied how Super Nanny and the Dog Whisperer were gateways to help audiences create their own theories and belief regarding the different ways to put the various equipment for living provided by the shows into their own lives. So, the literature review gives great depictions of how Burke's idea of identification can lead to perceptions of how to view conflict, but the literature does have a few gaps on what happens when these perceptions and identifications can be taken to an extreme or complete opposite than the norm. So in the movie, the main character, who's a little girl named Opal, finds forgiveness for an ex convict when no one else could. Opal was able to befriend the man and get his point of view rather than judge him based on the fact that he had served jail time, which is what everyone else in the town did. Love and compassion is also shown when Opal finds forgiveness for her father for letting her mother leave the family and not chasing after her. Opal's father is a preacher, and her mother could not handle the pressures of what being a preacher's wife consisted of. After Opal and her mom up and left the family, she always blamed her dad for not trying to save their marriage. Opal eventually extends forgiveness to her father and releases her resentment. So finally, the movie Because of Winn-Dixie shows compassion once again for a woman who the town deemed crazy and separated themselves from. Gloria Dump, as they called her, was the crazy old lady of the town, a former alcoholic who stayed in her house and never spoke to anyone. Gloria tied old beer cans and empty liquor bottles to her trees, and Opal found the heart to befriend her and find why she did the things that she did rather than judge her like the rest of the town. So, Because of Winn-Dixie shows equipment for living by the actions exemplified by Opal in the movie. This movie is a great equipment for living, and I wish more people had the chance to see it for themselves.